So how did I get in this position? Last night, just felt like all the air went out of my tires when I realized this happens to me over and over again. See, I have to believe that I have a backstop, that I'm protected, so that I can go out and do what I want. Then eventually I find out that no backstop lasts forever, and this forces me to grow up a little bit. So one of my backstops over the past 14 years has been my guest house. Now this is gone. I have to move out into the world and make my way. Yes, I have to leave the hovel. The hovel is going away. All this earthly glory slipping through my hands. I sound like a Debbie Gibson song. So, I felt so deflated when I got the news Tuesday evening, last day of Passover, that I'd need to move out in June. I was just down for the count. I wanted to cry. I wanted to like curl up into a ball and long for Mummy to hold me. So this morning after a cold shower, I was kind of ready to tackle my situation. Then in the evening, I just crawled into bed defeated. If I can crawl into bed defeated, I must whip myself publicly. I must climb onto my cross on my blog, hammer in some nails, and tell the world, "Don't forgive me, for I knew what I did." I always hope that salvation will come to me from above. That my family will be there for me, that my shul will be there for me, that my friends will be there for me, that my job will be there for me, that my body and my strength and my health and my mind will always be there for me. So it's devastating when I find out that nothing is permanent, not even my ability to craft a sentence or to walk a mile or to cash a check. And I'm thrown back on my own resources. I have to face myself. Oh God, I don't want to look in that mirror. See, the primary reason that I'm in this position is the flawed nature of my character. I'm not a mensch, I'm not an adult, not particularly responsible. I've failed to make good choices over the course of my life, and therefore I live on the edge. I'm a bloody menace to society. I tend to do what I want, whether it is to pursue girls or acting or writing or Torah talks, and regardless of the consequences. And I was pushing myself to the brink of chronic fatigue syndrome in early 1988. I kept saying to myself, I'll break through or I'll break down. Either way, I'll get love. So the little boy is all too large a part of my adult character. Fear that much of me has not moved on from the age of 4. Am I still yearning to suck on Mummy's teeth? No doubt. I'm a pisher. Wants a lot of sex, but is not capable of marriage. I waste way too much time goofing off, telling jokes, having deep and meaningful conversations when I should concentrate on learning the Alexander technique, the sacred quest. I should concentrate on my own use, not get sucked into my students' need. It's looking after myself. That should be 75% of my concern when I'm giving a lesson. Then the rest should go to looking out for the use of my student. That's enough. But is it enough for me? No, sirree. I have to crack jokes. I demand intense conversations. I frit away my precious training hours playing the class clown. I wonder if I might get more out of my Alexander training by increasing my silence and my concentration on my own use. What are my other choices that have gotten me into this mess? I complain that I can't work a real job because of my chronic fatigue syndrome. Not true. I worked real jobs for 40 hours a week for many months during the last half of 1996 and the first half of 1997. Temp jobs as an admin assistant, aka secretary. So what I mean is that I can't work a real job and have anything left over to write, which often feels like my primary purpose for living. Now, I took down money from my family from 1993 to 2007, paid my own way through life. I'm capable of adult responsibilities. I paid my bills, capable of adult living. I've never built much of a safety net for myself, let alone for a family and for others in need. So the solution is for me to take on more and more adult responsibility. That will cut way into my writing time. My ideal life is the maximum of freedom so I can feel and I can write. And I often carve out vast swaths of spare time but produce nothing but onanism. Wanker, that's what I am. Damn boy, get a life. Okay, I must lie down now and listen to Igor Ledachovsky's self-help lectures. Follow them up with his guided inner focus meditations. Then try to sleep so I can be a man tomorrow. A man who takes on obligations to other people. The writer in me wants no obligations but to my muse. Most writers I hear these days, they refer to their work as their gift to the world. And I think of my writing as rolling a hand grenade into a crowd, I want to blow things up. I want to set the world ablaze. I kind of see myself through the smoke on top of a hill, laughing like a lunatic as I dance around, drunk with my own destructive potential.